What's going on, guys? D-Legend here. Today we have a PSA submission video where we're going to be showing off all of these cards that we're submitting to PSA on behalf of middleman clients as well as for myself. Let's get right into it. Before I start the video though, I want to ask you guys to subscribe to the channel for more Yu-Gi-Oh content like this as well as other TCGs. But yeah, let's get started. Here we have 30 cards here. We're submitting them on basically March 31st, and this is the value TCG submission or bulk TCG. So $15 per card is what PSA charges, plus obviously shipping and stuff like that. So obviously I charge a little bit more than that to cover my costs. But yeah, Star Eater, beautiful card. Wow, this camera looks so much better than my normal camera. This one is one of the most gorgeous cards that is being submitted by my friend Ghost Requiem. So I will ship that off to him in the near future. I mean, ship this off to PSA in the near future. Just the way the card is cut, though, might be an issue for PSA. Like that right there, just the white edges there. I know it's not whitening, but just the way the card was cut by the machines makes me a little iffy about that to say it's a guaranteed 10, but hopefully it's a 10. Hopefully they realize that is just factory, like not even damage, it's just the way the card was cut. So yeah, that's a Star Eater for Ghost Requiem. He's got two other cards. I'm not going to show them off in as much detail, but he has a number C104 Umbral Horror Masquerade from Judgment of the Light as well. Gorgeous ultimate rare. And then he also has a World of Prophecy, also from Judgment of the Light. This is a secret rare. This is a beautiful secret rare. I've pulled this myself a couple times, I think. Probably an unlimited though. But really nice card, and hopefully he does really well with all three of his cards. Moving on, we are going into some Pokemon cards. These ones are for a guy named Anson. He is a good friend of my brother's, so I'm submitting these cards on his behalf. This is a Charizard V. Modern Pokemon cards usually have no issues whatsoever with them, other than centering issues. So this one is ever so slightly off-centered. On the back at least, and on the front just ever so slightly off-centered right to left, so nothing too crazy, but hopefully gets a PSA 10. For these I would assume PSA 10s if not 9s. And then next up we have a Charizard V-Star. I also have one of these, but this is his copy and I'm submitting this for him. Really clean card, no real issues, should be a nice PSA 10 or 9, just ever so slightly off-centered. This is a Charizard V from the Ultra Premium collection. I never actually opened any of these, which is unfortunate. I would have liked one of these for myself, like one of each of the Charizard promos, but really cool card. Ever so slightly off-center bottom to top, as you can see there, but again, modern Pokemon, really no crazy issues. Touches of whitening there maybe on the corner, multiple corners, but otherwise should be really clean. Hopefully a PSA 10, but if not a 9 probably. YuGiOh V, this is from one of the most recent sets, Silver Tempest, the last set of Sword and Shield. I haven't actually opened any of this set, which is unfortunate. Maybe actually, no, I did. I opened up one Build and Battle box, but that is it. Really cool set though, and really cool card to go with it. Should be a PSA 10. Next up, we have a Groudon EX, Team Magmas. This is from Diamond and Pearl at some point in time, I want to say. 2015, maybe a bit before, after that, I mean. No, definitely after that. This is from, I don't remember. I don't have these. Actually, I do have the submission form. Let me find it real quick here. That is from Double Crisis, XY Double Crisis. So, cool card. Just obviously not in great shape per se. Like a little bit of whitening and edge wear just everywhere. So, I would definitely expect like a PSA 7 for this, to be honest with you. I didn't really take a look at the surface to see if there's any other issues with it, but we have a Dragonite level 61 next. This one's from Diamond and Pearl, from 2008. So definitely some hollow scratches, as you can see there. But I'm assuming he just wants to grade this for his personal collection, which is, I think that's super cool. I'm a big fan of grading cards for your personal collection if you want to just slab them up and preserve them if they mean a lot to you. And you'll see some of those cards from myself in the near future here too. Any swirls? I don't see any. I don't really see any swirls, but really cool card. Hopefully, I don't know what this is going to get, to be honest with you. Maybe a Best guess would be like a 7 as well, maybe. Maybe a 6 because of the hollow scratches, I'm not sure. Next up, we have a Rockets Mewtwo. Let's take a look at this one. This one is one of his higher end cards from this submission. So this is from, I want to say, yeah, this is Gym Challenge. And yeah, nice little swirl there. Definitely a couple hollow scratches as well. But really cool card. Ooh, a little dent there. That's not going to do too hot at PSA. But yeah, there's a little tiny indent there. And then definitely lots of whitening and edge wear around the entire card. I'm not sure what this one's going to get, to be honest with you. Maybe like a PSA 5 at best because of that dent and the whitening and everything else. We'll have to see how it goes, but beautiful card nonetheless, and really excited to sub that off for Anson. And moving on, we have his last card. This is a base set Zapdos. Gorgeous card. I love Zapdos. It's one of my favorite Pokemon and one of my favorite legendaries. This front looks really good, actually. Yeah, the front looks amazing with very few hollow scratches. That's awesome. A little bit of like silvering on the edges here, as you can see in this lighting. So definitely getting it docked for that. Otherwise, though, it's pretty clean looking. Just touches of whitening and edgeware everywhere. So maybe a PSA 8. Beautiful card, though. Really nice quality. PSA 8 is what my guess is because of the silvering and the edgeware in general. But yeah. Thank you, Anson, for subbing with me. And thank you, Ghost Requiem, as well. Both from Vancouver, of course. Next up, we have 3 beautiful cards. These are really high-end cards, actually. 2 of them are. This one is a Tifa from Final Fantasy Opus 11. This is the Tifa full art, and it's a very expensive card. But for good reason. It's a gorgeous card. Look at that. I don't even have the best lighting to show this off right now, but absolutely gorgeous card. And amazing print quality because this is not Yu-Gi-Oh! This is not even Pokemon. This is just immaculate printing quality. I would be shocked if this did not get a PSA 10, to be honest with you. They would have to look really, really hard to find an issue with this card. So hopefully PSA 10. And I'll put that in a soft sleeve in a little bit here. This is just the sleeve that my friend sent this to me in. And this is for Justin and his friend. This card's for his friend. The others are for him. Next up, we have another insanely high-end card. This is a Dark Magician Girl, first edition from Magician's Force. Let's take a closer look at this beauty. This is like one of the grails in the TCG, and you guys can tell why. Like, look at that beautiful card. I've only held like 2 of these in my life, and one of them was super, super beat up that I sold immediately after picking it up. But really cool card. Front is really nice. I'm going to go over this card in a bit more detail, obviously, because it's a very high-end card. Front looks really good, just centering issues. Left to right, or actually not even left to right. Left to right is pretty good. It's just top to bottom, really. And then the back has a couple faint little scratches or print lines across there. And then maybe just a touch of like that waxing or scuffing that's common in this set. But the edges look really solid. Touch of corner whitening there and there as well. And then really nothing else. So honestly, I would be surprised if this did not get a PSA 8. If it got a 9 somehow, if it squeaked by for the 9, that would be amazing. But bit of a hollow bleeder too. Like, you can't really tell in this lighting either. There you go. Like, just look at those beautiful diagonal lines of hollow bleed. I'm gonna swap that into just the penny sleeve. And there you go. Beautiful Dark Magician Girl. One of the best cards in this submission. Value-wise and probably nostalgia-wise as well. A lot of you guys will agree. Next up, we have a Skyscraper 2 Hero City from Justin as well. Little touch of like whitening there. Nothing too crazy. And then bottom has a bit as well going on there. So maybe a PSA 8 or 7. Probably an 8, I'd say. Moving on, we have 2 cards for my friend. My gosh, this is for Ben. That's who it's for. This is for Ben. So Super Vicroid Jumbo Drill. Not going to take a super close look at either of them, but this is really nice, actually. Should get a PSA 10 unless there's like a dent that I missed somewhere. Or like a pin dot or something. But I think it's a really clean card, so. Yeah, that's solid. Probably a PSA 10. Super Vicroid Jumbo Drill. Nice card. We'll leave that off to the side because I don't actually have a top loader for it because this one was the card that shared the top loader with it. This is a Rottweiler. It says Near Mint Plus, but I don't think it's Near Mint Plus, to be honest with you. Like, look at the edge wear at the top there. That's not Near Mint Plus in my mind. And then just a touch of something going on there. And probably just some edge wear like right there as well. So yeah, not the greatest condition, and it's off-centered from right to left, obviously. So there's that, but nothing crazy. That should be a PSA 8, I would say. Hopefully a 9 for Ben, because I know he wants his 9s, but yeah. Moving on, we have a bunch of my cards. So this is Elemental Hero Nova Master. I think the rest are my cards, actually. So pretty small middleman submission this time around, but we have a Nova Master Ultimate Rare. This card is gorgeous. This is my first card in the submission. I'm excited to grade this to see how it does. It should be a PSA 10. Nothing wrong with it. It's in immaculate condition. Can barely even see like a stamp box for the Ultimate Rare. But yeah, condition is immaculate. Maybe a touch of something going on there, but barely anything. It's probably just the way the card was cut. And yeah, flawless. Flawless indeed. I'm excited for this one. And yeah, should get a PSA 10. I'd be surprised if it didn't. But condition is captured there for my protection. Next up we have an Elemental Hero Thunder Giant Metal promo. A lot of you guys are really fiending over these days. There are really nice cards, to be honest with you, and they're pretty rare. Not necessarily Thunder Giant per se, but all the other ones are really nice and rare. So if you guys like this beautiful like prismatic foiling or like Duelist League foiling, let me know in the comments below, because I'm a big fan of this card. It's a really nice quality card. It's like OCG cardstock as well. And yeah, nothing wrong with the card except for it being slightly off-centered and then one little scratch on the back there. So probably a PSA 9. If it got a 10, I'd be surprised, but it'd be awesome as well. And I'm going to slip that back into this mini card saver for now. If I can get it in. There we go. That'll do for now, and I'll fix it up later. All right, next up we have Elemental Hero Neo Bubbleman. A lot of you guys are probably like, why are you submitting comments? But I want to finish off my Elemental Hero set. I'm doing that every once in a while now. This is the best condition Neo Bubbleman that I own. I think I pulled this one. I probably pulled this one myself. Yeah, really good shape. Yeah, it looks good. Looks really good. Just that little tiny, like, not even, like, I don't even know if it's a print line going there. So maybe a 9. I'd be okay with that. Not the end of the world. It would be okay. It's a really cheap common, but would be cool to have in PSA 9 or 10, just to help finish my hero collection off, because this is one of the main set heroes that I definitely do need. Next up, we have a Gemini Elf. I'm not really going to show off condition too much on this guy, but because of time constraints, but yeah, holo looks amazing, and it's a really nice card with the alt art, obviously, the uncensored artwork of Gemini Elf. Card is clean, should get a 10. I do prefer having cards in top loaders for this instead of card savers, because it just makes my life easier. This is a Majestic Red Dragon. I'm going to take a look at this one, actually. This one I opened up a promo pack recently to get. I opened up this tin before, but it should be, oh, I didn't really notice that little tiny print mark right there, but hopefully a PSA 9 or 10 at the very worst. Yeah, immaculate condition other than that one little scratch that I didn't really notice, but that's unfortunate, but all good. And next up we have an ultimate rare. This is a Latinum Exarch of the Dark World. I don't think this is gonna get a 10, but a really cool card, and one of my favorite Dark World cards other than Rainbow. Beautiful card from Photon Shockwave. Beautiful ultimate rare. Really happy to own this. Got it for pretty cheap as well. Couple little scratches on the back. Otherwise, card looks pretty solid. Probably a 9 in my opinion. Nothing really wrong with it other than the surface scratching on the back there. So happy with that one. And moving on, we have 3 gorgeous cards. These are some of the Dimension Dragon, well, these two are at least, from Arc 5. These are all just cards that I've been waiting to grade for a long time, and I just figured it'd be finally time to grade some of these because I'm running out of things to grade, number 1. And number 2, because I really do want these in all 3 rarities. So I do have the Ultimate Rare and Ghost Rare for all of these already. But I am excited to grade these to finalize the trio. I'm gonna have to try to get those little marks off after this, but I'm not gonna bore you guys with that. I'll leave this one off to the side so I remember. And then Clear Wing, this is gorgeous. Ever so slightly off center, that's the only real issue, but should be a PSA 10 candidate. Gorgeous. Yeah, pack fresh basically. Beautiful card, excited for this one. One of my favorite dragons in general. Can we do this? See, this takes forever, so I like top loaders better, but I really had these in these. So, next up we have a Scarlight Red Dragon Archfiend, another secret rare from Dimension of Chaos. Really nice card as well. This card was $2 at one point in time. Like, believe that or not. Like, oh my gosh, it was $2. Really tiny print line there, nothing crazy. Hopefully a PSA 10. If it got a 9, I would settle for it as well, but would like a 10 to go with its ultimate rare that I also graded myself. Beautiful. And then lastly, we have a few other cards for myself. This is another Elemental Hero. This is Elemental Hero Core from the Shonen Jump magazine. It's a promo from that. It's definitely scratched up on the front, which I was not aware of when I bought the card, not gonna lie. But otherwise, it's pretty clean. I can't really call that whitening either. It's just like weird cutting edge wear. And then maybe a touch of whitening there, but hopefully a PSA 8, maybe 9. I just want this to finish out my hero collection, like I said. And then I am done with grading with PSA, basically. not quite, but I'll probably grade with them forever and continue to send things to them, but I will not be having to send off these really cheap Elemental Heroes. I just want to finish off my collection. Next up, we have another Clearwing Synchro Dragon. This one I actually picked up recently from Ghost Hero TCG on Instagram, and this one's immaculate as well. It's just off-centered, so I figured I'd submit it and see how it does. I really do like this card, as you guys can probably tell by now. Yeah, really nice card. Little tiny indent looking things, but I don't really think they're actual true indents. I think they're just part of the way the card stock is. So yeah, gorgeous card. Should be another PSA 9 or 10. But I figured I'd submit this outside of the trio there because I don't want to get them mixed up. I want them in consecutive certs, basically. Next up, we have 2 Pokemon cards that are kind of funny. This one is from my childhood. As you can see, it is absolutely beat. But I figured it'd be fun to submit this and hopefully get a PSA 1 for the very first time. Don't think I've ever gotten a PSA 1, so. Playground quality. Well-loved condition. But yeah, this is my Charizard EX from Fire Red Leaf Green. I definitely traded for this on the playground, and it'd be fun to slab this up and just have this in my... Look at that little swirl in the corner there too. And then maybe even in the flame there. Yeah, gorgeous card. Not the greatest condition, but really cool card and piece of my childhood anyways. So yeah, let's slab it up. $15 to slab these cards up. Not that bad. And I got to make my money's worth somehow by like getting a good amount of cards in the submission, if that makes sense. Because like the shipping costs are insane if you submit like just 10 cards or 12 cards or whatever. So I'm really happy that you guys are submitting through me. And thank you for doing that. I know I have a lot of other people interested in submitting through me, but yeah, we'll have to get to you guys in the near future because you guys are international and from like Australia, the UK, and Thailand even. So yeah, this one is another beautiful older Pokemon card, well loved for sure. Maybe a PSA 6 I would hope for. This is a Rayquaza EX from EX Dragon, I want to say, or EX Deoxys, sorry. Don't know Pokemon as well as I know Yu-Gi-Oh, obviously, but really cool card. Another part of my childhood. I don't remember how I got this one. Probably another trade, maybe for some Yu-Gi-Oh cards actually back in the day, but Rayquaza is definitely my favorites Pokemon. Rayquaza. Yeah, gorgeous. And then lastly, we have a Chaotic card. So PSA recently started grading Chaotic, same with BGS. And I was originally going to grade this with Koba grading, but they actually did not have the right size cases for this, so they could not grade it. But look at that beautiful hollow bleed on this Chaotic card. It's gorgeous. Front is beautiful. It's just the back, obviously. That there are tiny little issues like right there. Just this is like the way it came out of the deck, unfortunately. So I'm really hoping for a PSA 8. I would be very okay with PSA 8 on this card. But I just want it slabbed up, really. Beautiful, beautiful card. This is from the starter deck, first edition, as you can see there in the eye, for those of you not familiar with Chaotic, and it's an ultra rare, and it's one of the ace sponsors of the show as a whole. So really cool card, and my first ever copy of Maxor, so I'm really happy with that. And yeah, that's the end of the submission, guys. Thank you for watching this video. I know it ended up being a little longer than I figured it would be, but 30 cards in total. Excited to submit these to PSA, and hopefully they come back in the near future. I'm still waiting for a PSA return, and I've got another couple of videos for you guys in the near future here too, so stay tuned for all that. But yeah, catch y'all soon. Peace.